Hey, what's good, beautiful people? Christian, know who I'll be. Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV. Back again, once again. You already know what it is, baby. Instant classic in the making. First time to the channel, guys, make sure you subscribe, notify, do all the good things to make yourself well-versed in the Good Doc's content. Everything you should need to know about me shall be listed in the link in the description area below. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been pondering over my phone over the last few minutes. Been doing a lot of things today, man, and I've been having conversations with my dad a lot. And one of the things that really possessed me to make this video is the fact that I want to know, is the Philippines still ideally cost effective for us as foreigners, all right? So I'm going to sweat a little bit just to get out the shower. It's a nice, beautiful day here in sunny South Kakalaki. Spending some time with my pops at my dad's house and stuff. So it's going to be a little hot out here, but we're going to make it rain. You already know what it is, baby. We're going to get it in. So is the Philippines still cost effective or cost friendly, ideally, for foreigners? All right, now when it comes down to it, guys, let's go ahead and knock this out. There are the top two reasons why any foreigner would choose to travel and or live in the Philippines is either females, because you already know females is always going to be in your top two, and also the budget friendliness of the Philippines. But myself and probably a whole bunch of other foreigners will probably make videos and have already made videos and will probably make videos in the future that'll probably tell you the Philippines is not as cost effective as you may think, and actually the Philippines is rather expensive in comparison to other countries. Now, when you come from the United States or anywhere in the Western world, guys, you already know it's expensive as hell. US, whether you're in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, all of the Western countries in the world, the UK, Europe, wherever you come from, guys, you already know, man. If you compare the Philippines to those places, hands down, Philippines is always going to be cheaper. But me and my pops was talking about Vietnam recently, and we were talking about Thailand. And one thing that really stuck out with me when we were having this conversation is Vietnam has something that I haven't seen the Philippines offer its foreigner constituents, right? One of the things that I've seen or have heard Vietnam offers that I haven't really heard of in the Philippines is all-inclusive, service-friendly condo rentals and apartment rentals. Now, you can go online and find this stuff because it does exist. What do I mean by all-inclusive? Basically, it includes everything, laundry and all of the like, right? But if you go to the Philippines, right, granted, you may find, excuse me, those all-inclusive places may be anywhere between $300 and $500 US in a major city like Ho Chi Minh or Da Nang and places like that in Vietnam. You can find this online. But when you go to the Philippines, guys, I know that I see this everywhere that I go, unless I'm doing Airbnb rentals. But outside of that, when you think about everything that the Philippines has to offer, if you're doing anything long-term, 6 months to a year, what is it? You pay the rent, then you got the water, and you got the electric. There has been very few places, if any, that have been able to offer an all-inclusive thing where water and electric is included. But with Vietnam and places like that in Vietnam, the all-inclusive places over there, that's what they offer. I'm thinking to myself, well, damn. That seems a little bit more budget friendly, especially coming from me as a foreigner looking for a place to spend my, extended destination and extended time. If I could do $300 to $500 and you're covering everything, electric and everything, you're good. Now, a lot of people would be like, Doc, man, I rent out in the Bukis or I rent out in the province, man. I might pay $100 for the condo or, apartment or the house that I'm living in, and maybe my electric and stuff may be another $100 max. So you're looking at about $200, maybe even $250. That sounds ideal, but what you're failing to realize is the comparison, guys. We're talking about these accommodations in these budget-friendly, all-inclusive, super friendly budgets. But we're talking about in major cities, your Ho Chi Minhs. Like I said, guys, we're talking about Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang, and all of those Vietnam places where a lot of foreigners would frequently travel. We're not talking about Batangas. We're not talking about, the outskirts of Davao City. We're not talking about places like that. We're talking about in the major cities, $300 to $500 all-inclusive. So now you start to realize there might be a difference. Now, again, it does depend on your lifestyle. A lot of us ain't really into the city life. Some of us enjoy the province. I find myself being highly enjoyable. I find my time in the province to be highly enjoyable. Okay, but one thing that I did notice about the Philippines, guys, going back to the situation and cost effectiveness and cost friendliness to us as foreigners, And this is something I noticed over time. The first time, or before I left the Philippines, I believed that my favorite meal, or the cost of my favorite meal in the Philippines was about 95 pesos to about 100 pesos, right? We're talking about the Jollibee meal, the corned beef with the egg and the garlic rice with my nice little pineapple juice on the side. That is my go-to meal every morning for breakfast if I ate at Jollibee every day. Okay? That's my go-to meal. It's solid. I enjoy it. But maybe it was 95 to 100 when I left. When I came back a year and a half later in 2018, it was about like 100, 115. Come back in 2019, we're talking about maybe 130, 135. It just depends on the area. I don't know what it is exactly now. Any of my Filipinos who want to tell me what my favorite Jollibee meal price is, leave it in the comment section below. Maybe I'm tripping in the price. Maybe I'm a little over, or I overshot a little bit. But, off the top of my head, it was around that particular range when I was in Manila. So a lot of y'all will think like, Doc, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I know your ass ain't crying about 30 peso difference. Nigga, 50 cents. Come on, man. I know you ain't crying, bro. Ain't enough to break the bank. Absolutely correct. But guys, you're failing to realize the trend as things are moving forward. This is 2021, ladies and gentlemen. Who knows what it's going to be in 2022? Who knows what it's going to be in 2023 and beyond? As a matter of fact, I like to think of it as the Philippines making up for lost time, guys. 2020 put a lot of things on hold, people. 2021 is now your bounce back season. It's time for them to get back to the money that they lost as a result of not being able to have businesses open and things like that. Now you're going to start to see inflation like it would be in any other place, right? Inflation goes up, roughly about 3% every year or something like that. So you're going to see it. It's absolutely okay. Inflation is, I'm not going to say it's encouraged, but it's a part of life. It's something you expect. Things are not going to be the same price over time. Hopefully the changes in prices of things will not be enough for it to be noticeable, right? Let's say, for example, a pack of gum used to cost $1, then it goes up to $1.03, and then it goes up to $1.06. So you'll see the gradual increase in price, but it's never anything that's so dramatic that it's going to break your bank, right? You'll never see that. Even when I had my business in the Philippines selling makeup, every now and again they would announce that they were going up in the cost of certain lipsticks and stuff like that. For those that don't know, I used to be an authorized business center owner of Everbelina Cosmetics. So about every year, once a year, it seems like they would go up on their most popular products, which at that time was like the Everbelina matte red lipstick or some shit like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I was good at that shit when I was in it. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. So you'll start to see the gradual increase, and that gradual increase is something you expect, so it's nothing that's going to catch you by surprise, right? But this is 2021. Who knows exactly if the Philippines is going to be as cost-effective and cost-friendly to foreigners in the years to come. You'll see myself and others make videos. I told you guys about the Philippines being expensive. Like, we'll talk about, prices of things are dramatically going up. Is it enough to deter foreigners from traveling to the country? Right now, absolutely not. You want to know why it's not going to deter us? It's because as long as we continue to compare our prices to prices in the first world, guess what? We'll never lose. The Philippines will always win. But when you start to sit down and consider places like Thailand and Vietnam and other places in Southeast Asia, now you're like, well, damn. This service-friendly budget apartment is going to cost me XYZ if I want the exact same thing in the Philippines, it's going to cost me this much. Now, all of a sudden, you start thinking, you're like, bro, that's kind of a difference. Granted, maybe the difference, $100, a little bit more. I mean, you can find cheap apartments in the Philippines. I'll never deny that. If you live out further in the sticks a little bit, you're going to be a whole lot cheaper. Find houses, the price of some condos in the major cities, and you can have all the land and space that you want to, if that's what you're looking for. But if you do admire or desire to have a nice little city life with great infrastructure, great internet, and all that stuff, Philippines has been doing good about getting their internet together too. If you see how my internet be treating me sometimes, I'm like, the Philippines tenfold has definitely stepped their game up. But it's like, you look at the way it's transitioning and trending, and you start to think, yo, is this really where I want to be in the years to come? Is this really going to be the more bang for my buck? Is this really going to be the place that's going to give me the bigger satisfaction overall price-wise in reference to renting and all of the things that I would need in life? Is this the place that's going to offer me that, or can I find something better in Thailand? Because we already know there's a big debate about Thailand versus the Philippines, which is better, women and all-inclusive. There's always going to be that debate, and that debate will stay until the end of time for sure. Vietnam may not necessarily be in the conversation in reference to women, because you got guys out there that'll be like, and these Vietnamese women, they don't want us like the Filipino women do. I beg to differ. I really do. Again, I still beg to differ. I believe it just depends on who you are and how you approach and, how you're coming into the game and what you're offering, It is what it is. But, you're going to have some people who will opt to say the Philippines is always going to be better in reference to women, but that's literally their only reason why choosing to go to the Philippines over being in a place like Vietnam or Thailand. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something I want you to marinate on. I want you guys to stew on it. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Man, you already know what it is. It's been a Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV. And with that being said, Good Doc is officially out. At least nako paalam, which means I am going now. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.